Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome to my second video about Elixir strategies for patch 3.15, and this time around I'm gonna be talking about breach. So this is actually a very simple strategy, but has a lot of prerequisites. So first thing you need to do with strategy is reach tier 14s on your atlas. So that will already be probably like a day or two of progress depending on how fast you go, but it is really important to start the strategy as soon as possible, since breachstones are really expensive during the league starts. The bossing strategy is one of the most common ones, and I'm gonna talk about in another video, but doing just farming breachstones for these players that do the Maven invitations with breach is really good. So Chayula Breachstone is usually a bit more than 2 exalt during the first week, and all of the other Breachstones can be even worth up to like 100 chaos, so you can make a lot of money selling them. So there are two zones with breach nodes, breach passives. So Lex Proxima and Lyra Arcane. So in Lyra Arcane you get additional chance to get additional breach, and your breaches will spawn much faster, and they will always have 10 rare monsters, and rare monsters drop quite a lot of splinters, and also you will get 60% more magic monsters. In Lex Proxima though, you will get also additional chance to contain breaches. Your breaches will have higher density, but it will be not as high as in Lyra Arcane with smaller ones and flash breach, but it's still pretty good. But here what you get is the increased chance to contain a boss, and bosses will drop double breach splinters. Also, these splinters will have a chance to be charged and rich and pure, which is pretty much never happens, but it is possible. So I would say both of these zones are really good. It's just Lex Proxima is a bit more RNG. Lyra Arcane is more consistent, and you only need 4 passive points, so you can also choose something like breach, maybe heist, maybe beasts, so you can do 2 strategies at the same time. And in Lex Proxima you will just focus on one, since you need more passives. But yes, this is more RNG, but the reward is much higher. If you are lucky, you can get a lot of Chayula breaches with Chayula bosses, and you can get like 1 exalt in one map just from Chayula splinters. So the next requirement is the Watchstones. So the best ones are breaches in areas have up to 100% increased chance with tier 1 to belong to Chayula, and if you have 4 of them, that's 400 plus with Secrets of the Stone, so you need at least 1 Maven invitations for this one passives. So with additional 25% increased effect of Watchstone modifiers, that's 500% chance for the breaches to be Chayula. If you can't afford these, you can go for something like Ulnetol, for example. So it doesn't matter as much, but eventually you should try to get 4 of the Chayulas. After you have that, so after you have the 1 Uncharted Realm passive, you have all 4 of the Watchstones, and you can also do that in this zone. And you have unlocked your tier 14s. After that, what you should focus on is unlocking all of your maps in Lex Proxima and Lyra Arcane. So you can basically just do both of these zones, or you can focus on one, it depends what you want. But I would say doing 2 zones is gonna be better for your map sustain. And when you have all of these maps unlocked, you can choose the favorite system, and you can choose the best maps for this strategy. So for Breach, the best maps are open maps. So as of this league, Park was the best in my opinion in Lex Proxima, but there will be a map shuffle for the Atlas, so we don't know which maps will be where, so just make sure to check which ones are the most open ones and try to do those. And yeah, if you had to both of these zones, you will have higher chance to not run out of maps. And if you do, you can always just start buying maps, or you can just do more of the other maps in other zones to increase your awakening bonus and complete bonus, so you have higher chance to get higher tier maps, so it helps a bit with map sustain. And you can also horizon orb your maps into other ones. So with these orbs you can change map into other maps of the same tier. So for example, if you have maps from Glenna, you can change it into some of the maps from Lex Proxima and Lear Artane. Obviously you will need a lot of these orbs, but they are usually quite cheap. So the way the strategy works, you just use a Scarab. There will be no breach on map device, so you use just open map, you use Scarab, and you can do either rusted, polished or gilded. It depends how expensive they will be. The gilded is obviously the best one, since you will not have to use as many maps. You will always have 3 breaches, and you just go into the map. Clear it a little bit. Find breach, do the breach, and is this Chayula? I think this is actually Chayula. And I didn't even put the Atlas passives, but as you can see, with 4 Watchstones and the middle passive, you have really high chance to get Chayula. Like my first breach, and it is already Chayula. Not that many splinters, since again I didn't put my passives. And now we have to wait for the first one to close, and now here is the second one. And it looks like it's again Chayula. So yeah, you would actually have a really high chance to get boss if I would put the passives. But even without the passives, let's see how much I would make just from splinters from this one map. And again, Lex Proxima is a more RNG zone, so you have pretty high chance to get the bosses here. But you can obviously be unlucky and almost never see bosses. So I had the 2 breaches, so that's pretty much it. If you want to, you can just leave them up, but you will probably struggle with map sustain at the beginning, so you should clear map more and kill the map boss. And obviously you can have also just a random chance to contain additional breach, so you can have even more. So 17 splinters, that's almost 1/5 of the breachstone. So that's like, that will be probably like half an exalt just from this at the beginning of the league. So that's gonna be it. If you are interested in more Elixir strategies, make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna make a few more of those. And if you're interested in this type of content, I am gonna stream during the league start for pretty much whole time during the first week, and I'm gonna try to make as much currency as possible, so make sure to check out my stream ZenM, and I will link it in the description. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.